guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be reacting to posts from the Poland Reddit. I do not know what we're gonna be finding. I don't know, Polish people into memes. I don't know, but I am excited. So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe. Okay, so let's start. Send your best memes. Whips peso. That must be some sort of politician, but I do not understand the joke, sadly. Okay, Polish Smile has been here way before most of us or Reddit. Watch and learn, kids. The most perfect Polish smile in history captured. Ice cream vendor in Wrocław, 1970. Oh, okay, because it's not really a smile. They're not laughing. I think the stereotype, I think I understand this one. I think the stereotype, I don't know how true it is, but I think Polish people have a reputation for being very serious, maybe. I'm going to put that nicely. It's just they're very serious. Nothing amuses them. Nothing makes them laugh. Again, that's the stereotype. I have no idea whether that's true or false, but I think that's the stereotype even for them, because in the Polish subreddit, as in their polls inside here, they're making fun of this. So I would assume there's a little bit of truth to this, and maybe they're a little bit stingy with their smiles. Let's put it that way. They're not gifting them. they're not generous with their smiles. It's just they're quite serious people. Maybe it's not about, maybe they find things amusing, but they're not actually laughing. What do you think about Poland hosting Euro 2036 or 2040? That seems so far away. Even together with other countries such as Hungary, Czechia, it's Czech Republic, but I have no idea if that's pronounced Czechia, or Romania. Euro 2036, this is Warsaw. Okay, the stadiums. Okay, I don't really understand this. They're making fun of something, right? Or is this for real? Because to me, if this is an actual post made in good faith, I think just go for it. I think it's great, because now I think sport events have this thing in recent years in which they've been, it used to be as in just one city was the host, well, not one city, one country was the host. But then again, apparently the trend right now is to just get together with several countries that are nearby and then create this huge sporting event. So again, I think that's great. Seems great. It's Poland, Czechia, and Hungary. So it's sort of to the west and to the south. I mean, they're all close together, so it seems good. I think Poland, it's the biggest country out of the three of them, so maybe it has the biggest stadiums. But the others, yeah, sure. I mean, Hungary, I think also seems big. Yeah, I don't know, but I think it seems big. So I think this is great. Again, if this is made in good faith and they're making fun of this, because they pray 16,000 has a question mark, and another called Bruno, and it has another question mark. So it's not a joke, because the stadiums haven't been built, and they've been building this for a really long time, and the promise is, it's gonna be finished by 20 whatever, and it still hasn't been finished. Is that the joke? Or there's no joke, only the person that made this wasn't really aware of how many people could fit in there, but it's just making the proposal. I think that sounds great. To me, I would go for this. Yes, I would love a Euro. This is what, the Euro 36? This is football? Yeah, go for it. I would love it. Well, I don't know for the players, but to me, as the audience, well, no, because you have to travel a lot. I don't know. I like the idea of several cities and several countries. I think, I don't know, we'll see, but I think it sounds good on paper, as long as you don't have to travel, because again, you're not the actual player. So I don't know. To me, I don't know. You have to travel either way. Even if you're just the guest, or you're just going to the sporting event. So I don't know. I would vote for them. Russia builds bases for over 100,000 troops in Baltic region. Russia builds bases for over 100,000 troops in Baltic region. Okay, that doesn't seem to be a joke. It's just a story. Okay, well, okay. No idea about the politics. I don't know if that's good or bad. So I'm gonna skip that past that. Okay. The Underforest. Okay, I'm gonna go. The Underforest boy ship is one of a kind. They literally named this place Bielostic Silem Gorsha. No, I have no idea how to pronounce that. White Slope Green Hills. Okay, so that's the translation. White Slope Green Hills. Well, is it a white slope? Then how come there's green hills? I have questions. There's a really foggy place here. Apparently, there's a lot of fog. So yeah, I get during the winter or when it's rainy, it's it's a lot of fog, so it's a white slope. But what's up with the green hills? I do not know. it's really, again, the name itself, it doesn't really, because there are planes, you have White Plains, which I think it's, it's the name of a place, and it's the same, White Plains. So again, it's not really weird to me that you're naming something, with the actual background, but it is weird to me, the White Slope with the green hills, because that doesn't seem to be, how are you two things at the same time? I guess I'll have to be there. I have to go to the Under Forest Boy ship to see how it is in real life and see if the name makes sense. Again, to me, makes sense a little. Well, it doesn't really, but okay. As the first F-35s are sworn in, Poland to buy 32 more, 64 in total. This is okay. This doesn't seem to be a joke. This is just a news. This is just news. That's an airplane, right? F-35. Okay, so they're investing a lot in military gear. Okay. The final boss. Okay, hold on. I have to go back. Okay, the final boss of Italian Nightmares. What's the final boss of Italian Nightmares? Italians finally accepting the fact that some people like pineapple on their pizza, pasta with strawberries, Polish people. Well, okay. To begin with, I like pineapple on pizza. I think it's delicious. I know Italians probably would have a heart attack, but I like the sweet and savory. I just like that combination. But strawberries in pasta, that seems like a step too far. I'm not Italian, and I'm offended on their behalf. What do you mean pasta with strawberries? I am imagining something quite awful, I have to admit. I am imagining something, spaghetti with like tomato sauce and strawberries cut up as if some deranged oatmeal. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it isn't the case, right? Maybe this is an exaggeration, and then they're doing, and I'm trying to think of a way this makes sense. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they do the strawberries, they're cut up and they put this in the tomato sauce because, I don't know, the actual flavor of a strawberry, it's kind of tart. So maybe they're trying to replicate the tomato sort of tartness, and it's a little bit sour. So maybe they're trying to enhance that flavor, or it's a similar flavor profile. So maybe that's why they do the strawberries, but why were they doing strawberries instead of tomatoes? Just use tomatoes. But I don't know. The only way this can feasibly make sense to me, if it's, inside the tomato sauce, you cut up some strawberries and you blend them with like an immersion blender, and, you're not actually seeing the pieces of strawberry in your pasta, in your spaghetti. Again, that's what I'm trying to imagine something that makes sense to me. But, again, the more I think about it, though, maybe I'm less offended the more I think about this. You have some salads that have tomatoes and strawberries, and they're good. So, again, maybe this is similar. As long as there's tomatoes involved, I think it's going to be okay. But if it's not tomatoes, and if it's just spaghetti with no tomato sauce and strawberries with some sort of, I don't know, with Parmesan on top, then we need to have a serious conversation. But I don't know, I need someone Polish to explain this to me, because it looks, I don't know, if it isn't the thing I am imagining, then yes, I am offended on behalf of Italians. I'm offended on behalf of everyone, because what are you doing? What do you mean strawberries in your pasta? Okay, this is, okay, he already has the Polish smile. We should keep him. Oh, because the Polish smile is it's a little bit of a smirk, because again, they don't easily smile. So it's sort of, I don't know, it's a little smirk. So I think that's the ongoing joke here. So that must be true even for Poles. Okay, a Polish engineer, Thomas Patton, built the Polonaut air bike. Basically a real life Star Wars speeder bike, reaches up to 124 miles per hour. What is it? Oh, okay, he's dressed as the Star Wars thing, right? Okay, that seems like a motorcycle. Oh my god, he's literally flying! What? Oh wow! Okay, he's literally flying. That's crazy. Oh, and the actual, where he's flying this, it looks like the movie, right? Yes, it's very similar. Maybe it's where the movie was recorded. It was shoot. I have no idea. But oh my god, this is crazy. Wait, am I being fooled? Is this for real? You never know. Now I know. I think maybe this may be AI. Is this AI? And the joke is that something like this doesn't exist. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm going to believe. I choose to believe this is real. What? Oh my god, it's wild because oh my god, look how high he's going. No, this is wild. Oh my god, I love this. I have so many questions though. To begin with, what did you just fly it sort of you push a button and that's it? This seems crazy. What's even crazier to me is that everything looks so real. Again, I'm going to assume this is actually a real thing. This isn't, they're not, it's not AI, it's not photoshopped. No, this is for real. This is crazy because it seems to me as if, I don't know, are we in the future? This looks very futuristic. And I would have never thought our technology as humans was here. I didn't know that we were able to build things like this. Wow. Are they available for sale? Probably not. They're not for the normal population. Probably it's just a prototype, and he did it because he was, I don't know, he wanted to, I don't know, have fun. But I want one of those. This is incredible. Maybe the greatest invention by Polish people in recent years. I don't know. I still can't believe that Poland is one of the top 20 world economies. 2006. There's no way Poland will be a wealthy country. 2026. Poland, they're rich. Why wouldn't you think this? I think 2026, right? 2006. That was what, 20 years ago? That seems like a long time for people, countries, not people to, I don't know, change their luck. So doesn't surprise me. Apparently they had a really bad time in 2006. You never know. One day you're in, one day you're out, one day, you're a poor country, and 20 years later, you're one of the wealthiest. So good for them. They managed to turn things around. But it's funny that what's unbelievable, a lot of things, a lot of countries can change the thing. New bistro in Wrocław. Okay. Seems nice. Although it says estimated, it says 817 something. 1729. How come it's new? What is that, the joke, or is this an actual in good faith? No, it's an actual just a new bistro that they opened recently. Okay, Bordeaux, Lower Silesia. I do not know how to pronounce that. It is beautiful. Is this an actual? Okay, this is a river. I love the Serpentine River going through the town of Bordeaux. But hold on. Is this an actual river or is this pavement? I'm confused. The river looks quite dark. It looks black. But it must be the photo, the angle of the photo. So I'm confused now. Maybe I'm blind. Is this pavement? Maybe it's tar. And I'm confusing this with a river, which it is. If it is, I would feel very dumb. Is it a river? I don't know. The woods are beautiful. Again, the town, gorgeous. No, I think it is a river. It is a river. I'm seeing the reflection in the water. I'm pretty sure it's water. It's not a pavement. Actually, I think I can see the little canoes. So, no, it's just the river looks black for some reason. It's not pavement. It's not the road. Okay, I feel less dumb now. I love it. Now I want to sail through this river. Why is it black? Is it the picture, or are they famous because the river looks black? Maybe it's not a river at all. I don't know. It's just very pretty. Map of every Żabka in Poland. Żabka, it's the store, if I'm not mistaken. So I can see the little clusters. It's funny because on the map I can see the clusters of where the major geographically where the major clusters of Żabka are. And I would assume one of them it's Wrocław, the other is probably Warsaw, the other is probably Krakow, the other is Gdansk, because I think they're pretty big cities. I don't know where the others, what could the others be, but I would assume, yes, it makes sense that the biggest Żabkas sort of clusters are located in the big cities, and you can really check out the map and you can see, I bet one of these is, again, they're the big cities. I want to know what is this little cluster at the lower left? Because I don't know, there's a lot of them. What is this place? Is that Krakow? No, I don't think that's Krakow. I don't know. This seems like the biggest city. If I'm judging the map by their Żabka, this seems to be the most populated area in Poland. Or maybe they're just regionally, maybe Żabka was created there. I don't know, so many questions. Okay, what's your favorite thing about Warsaw? Never been, so I wouldn't know. Okay, Polish doesn't translate well to English. Is anyone missing a cat or kitten? Currently in Żarna Żydyboska phone. Looks like a racist. Okay, clearly this is, I'm lost in translation. something, that word, and a Polish word, it's being translated as racist, but probably again, it's you're missing the context necessary to understand that the word is not racist. It's just maybe, I don't know, it looks like a raccoon. Does this cat look like a raccoon? It doesn't look like a raccoon to me. It just looks like a beautiful cat. I don't know. It's just a beautiful cat. It's hopefully they found him. I mean, I feel very bad for the cat. It's a lost cat. But I don't know. It's really funny. Although sometimes I think you can make, someone will have like a weird friend that sometimes, it's really weird about certain things. And it could be, I imagine this being a conversation, someone telling, a friend coming up and telling you, oh, so who X's cat is racist. And you're, what? What do you mean the cat's racist? The cat cannot be racist. But we all have a friend that's a little neurotic and weird. And maybe, yeah, I'm telling you the cat's racist. And I know I sound insane, but the cat was racist. So, it makes for good. I imagine it's a good story. If you think, if someone thinks a certain cat is racist, this is not what's happening here. But I would love to know what the actual word is. And because I don't know, what does this cat looks like? I don't know. It looks like a tiger. Maybe tiger. It sounds similar to the word racist. I don't know. It's a beautiful cat. Again, it breaks my heart that it's lost. I am an immigrant living in Poland, and I work chill, communicate with sane, educated people here. Never heard Spierdala said to me. When I read it, it is much worse here. So those ones who have issues with migrants, where do you work and go? Okay, that word, maybe I shouldn't repeat it. It sounds like a slur apparently, so I'm not gonna repeat it. But this seems to be the, person, everyone, saying, oh, people on Reddit are telling me, do not, we don't want immigrants, get out of here. We don't want you here. But if I look at the thing, that the person is saying, no, I actually live here and I've never had any issues with people being strange or weird or mean to me or, yelling slurs at me on the street. So this seems to be one of those cases in which because sometimes I think people in online spaces can be a little bit, I don't know, within their own, I don't know if that's the thing because you're not showing your face, it's all online. So maybe, some people believe, oh, the rest of the world or this country or this particular space, things, are happening in real life. But when you actually go and, check out, touch grass and you actually go out to the world, you see, no, stuff isn't really like that. So this seems to be one of those cases in which the online space is very controversial and people are being, they're insulting this person. But then, the person saying, when I actually go out and live my life, everything's normal. So, people are saying normal and the weird ones are online, which, it tells all the time. It has happened before. So, again, who knows? It's online spaces. That doesn't reflect how the actual, who knows? Those people are even Polish. Probably they're not even Polish. So again, it doesn't really reflect how actual life for immigrants is in Poland. So, don't see everything. Don't believe everything you read online. In real life, people are normal. Okay, Airbnb booking problems and fines. Okay, yeah, sure. It has happened before. I think it's a thing. Well, please welcome Roland Garros finalist Maja Jawolinska. Okay, good for her. Roland Garros, I know that's tennis. Are Polish people famous for their tennis players? I think yes, right? I think maybe, I can't remember of anyone, but I think they probably have this, they have really good tennis players. So I'm going to assume this isn't, oh, 1 in a million year situations. No, it's good for her, but again, probably Polish people are famous for their tennis players. I don't know. Best of luck to her. I don't know if this has actually happened already, but if it hasn't, best of luck. Okay. This is registered GDG as a foreigner in Poland. EU blue card. Hey everyone, I'm a foreigner, Asian citizen living in Poznan with an EU blue card. And I recently registered at GDJ Sole Trader online last Saturday. I have a new contract starting 15 June and the client requires a certificate. Okay, this what the other seems like, bureaucracy things. Okay, what's a fairy tale? What? What do you mean? What is this? This is a Polish fairy tale? What? Did I read that right? I'm gonna go back because what? Important, yeah, okay. Polish fairy tale book, Bosnia Polski. Is that man riding a rooster? Just quick question. Is a man riding a rooster? It seems to be he's riding a rooster. And it seems to be that someone is sort of cleaning the rooster. Okay, this is really funny. It's called Basnia Polski. This is similar to, back in the 1800s, I think people were, in stories and stuff, when people rode their horses and they'd be, oh, stable boy, not clean my horse, take care of the horses, water them, and they had to adjust or remove the saddle, they had to brush them, they had to check the paws, because I think the pebbles got in the little paw. I don't know anything about taking care of horses, but I think that's usually how it went, back in those days. So this seems to be the equivalent. The guy is checking out the rooster, and let's check out if the rooster has something wrong with his legs, with his paw. And he's, checking out, maybe he's helping him to, I'm helping you on because he's riding the rooster. But it seems to be, no, I was about to say maybe he's helping him get off the rooster, but the rooster is very similar. It's sort of floor level. It's not as if it's a horse, and it's a little bit higher, and you need to remove yourself from the horse in a way that's a little bit, it's a little bit, oh, can you help me? No, in this case, the rooster appears to be, it's sort of riding a motorcycle. You don't really need a lot of help. Well, usually on the big motorcycles, the Harley Davidsons and stuff, you sometimes need a little help if you're not used to, but whatever. This case, the rooster situation, of course, let's start here. The rooster, why is he riding a rooster? Is this a famous fairy tale story in Poland? I would assume yes, right? It's very whimsical. I love it. It's okay. So the man who rode a rooster, I have questions, why is he riding a rooster? Is that the legend? There were giant roosters that once roamed this land, the land of Poland. Maybe there's some sort of legend that they rode, or one particular group of people, they rode giant roosters. Is that it? I don't know. This is making me want to read this so badly. I am this close of finding this book and finding it and reading it. It's really funny. And he also has a sword. Yeah, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. He's like one of those, what was the winged hussars? But not a winged hussar. I'm riding a rooster. Because he has the sword and stuff. He's dressed in a very particular manner. So I would assume he's dressed in traditional clothing. So I'm going to guess I choose to believe this is a famous Polish fairy tale, a very famous Polish story that they tell to kids. I choose to believe. Okay, that was it. I love this. I think this is really funny. Again, my first impression of the actual rooster thing, it was my favorite post. The rooster, the man riding the rooster. I want to know what the book is. I can choose to believe this is a very famous fairy tale storybook that they read to children, or a story, the Basnia Polski. And every kid, it's being read this, and you already know, if you're a Polish person, oh, yes, the story, a classic story about whatever, John that wrote the rooster. I choose to believe that because I just find it incredibly funny. I have to look up that book. I would read it in a heartbeat. I want to know what's the story. Is this just a fantastical land in which roosters, there were no horses, people just rode their roosters? It was someone that, I don't know, he had a wish to, I want to be special, instead of riding a horse, I'll ride this rooster. I don't know. I have so many questions about the book, but I namely, again, where can I find it? Because I'm checking out my nearest library to see if it is, because I want to read it. So yeah, this was great. My other absolutely favorite post, throughout this selection, obviously the scooter. Well, it wasn't a scooter. It was an e-bike. Well, it's not even an e-bike. It's a I don't know, a flight bike. I don't know what the name is, but are they? I have to look it up. Again, choosing to believe I wasn't being lied to, and this is an actual thing that happened. Someone actually built. This wasn't AI. It wasn't Photoshop. No, it's an actual thing that exists. Feasibly, I can contact this guy and be, hey, can I take a ride in this flying bike? And they'll probably tell me no, but it's not because it doesn't exist, right? I would like, they're still renting this. I would pay money to get in this thing. So yes, does you rent it? I would absolutely rent it, even if it's just 5 minutes. I think I want to experience how it is flying. on a giant bike, flying bike. That seems wild. I can't believe that we as humans, our technology has arrived there because it looks very futuristic. So it's sort of, wait, what? Again, humans, do we do this? Okay, well, great for us, but they didn't really know that was a thing. They didn't know that was a thing. They didn't know that was possible. So yes, I want to know. And is in the future, does he want to manufacture this, as in big manufacturers, as in cars and stuff? Is this the future? In 30 years, are we going to be riding around in these bikes? Maybe we're going to have, a bike lane, the normal bicycle lane, and it's on the ground. And then if you look up, then there's going to be those bikes. And then again, thankfully, we can all thank that Polish person, Thomas whatever, that invented this thing. But I want to know how much it weighs as well. It looks heavy. I don't know. I want to know more about the actual manufacturing process, how it was designed. For how long can it fly? Can it take two people? I have so many questions, but yes, now I wanna fly one of those things probably in the future. But I have to look it up because maybe he does rent it. I don't know. My absolute favorite part about this that was it. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.